Ashley drops her link. Ashley, she should be live already. I think she was going live at 5. She mentioned. Don't be afraid, guys. If you're doing something special, if you're going live, if you got a video that you particularly like, um, drop the link, share it. I'm gonna drop in real quick and say hi. So I try to make this a, hey Austin, a ego-free zone as much as possible. That's a great question that I'm asking myself. Is it possible? To what extent is it possible? What extent is it possible to drop the ego? I don't know. And I don't know if it needs to be. I think it will happen on its own or it won't. However, what a great opportunity to practice. I'm going to keep her up.
Thanks for coming in, Yogi. Yogi Bear. Hey, Yogi. Yogi Bear.
I'm getting some nice eyes. Hey, Skits.
Hi.
I'm going to leave them up and running. This is Ashley. She dropped a link up above. So I was saying, ego free. What a perfect opportunity to practice leaving the ego aside. If someone offends us, if someone does something that we find unacceptable, why? And who is it unacceptable to? It's only unacceptable to the ego. In the absence of the ego, everything's acceptable. So what's new, Skits? Hey, Selma. So, Skits, I don't know if you've heard me talk about Ho'oponopono. It takes a little bit of practice to pronounce it. It takes zero practice to do it. It does take a little bit of practice to remember to do it. Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian art of forgiveness and connection. And what it does is recognizes the link, that that link of divinity in which we all belong to. So it returns us to what they say zero, the zero state. Zero state is, we use the example of, we miss you too, Selma. We use the example of a whiteboard. Close. I'll see if I can get a spelling of it for you. Give me a second. So here's the thing, because we were talking about anger. You wake up in the morning with a whiteboard that has angry thoughts written all over it. Hey, Stuart. Hey, happy birthday, Stuart Little. Why does it have angry thoughts? Who knows? Because you wrote them there maybe in a previous life, maybe from birth, maybe your entire life, maybe from the day before. Doesn't matter. All we know is that your personal whiteboard, your subconscious mind, has angry thoughts. The role of Ho'oponopono, H-O apostrophe O-P-O-N-A-O-N-A, I think. Hey, Johnny musician, or Johan musician, I'm sorry. Neverlet says, holler, it's me, man. Nouvellette, did I pronounce that right? Says, oh, it's Marie. Hey, Marie. So, hey, Sniper. Here's your job, the only job that you have. Forgive your way to an empty whiteboard by the end of the day. Even though the next day it's going to be filled up again, but maybe a little less so. So you use 4 phrases, and you can do it in any particular order that resonates with you. Please forgive me. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. That's the order that I like to do it in. But you can mix it up a bit. I like keeping the please forgive me and I'm sorry. People have a hard time at first understanding the who and what am I saying I'm sorry to? Who am I asking for forgiveness to? It's not another person. You're cleansing those thoughts. So you're recognizing, you're saying, please forgive me for these thoughts that I recognize that I have, that I want to cleanse myself of. I'm sorry for my, because it's a participatory universe. I'm sorry for these thoughts. I'm sorry that I have these thoughts. I love you. You're offering that up to divinity. You're offering it up to yourself as well. Thank you. Because we're now giving it up to gratitude. We aren't trying to make these changes. We're giving it up to, again, the infinite, divinity, God, absolute love. So you practice those four phrases to erase. When you feel anger, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Not like a mantra, but with sincerity. And you think it whenever you need to cleanse that whiteboard. What's up, Michael? Cypress says, happy birthday, happy solstice, Stuart Little. Greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. How's your solstice been, Sniper? And how's your day been, Michael? Let's see. Skid says, okay, thanks for that. Let me know if you try it. It's a practice. And if you ever want to do that tapping session that I showed you, I will guide you through it. We'll do it together. Selma says hi to Sniper. Cat's being awful noisy with me today. I always get a smile when I see, because of the algorithms of doing the vertical live streams, um, puts you out all over the place. And like 20, 30, sometimes 40 people, once 80 some people come in and they flood the chat. And then I start talking. And the next thing I know, there's 5 people left in the chat. So I think we had like 28 people show up earlier at the beginning of the live stream. And we're left with 5, 6. You might want to hear one thing that I need to say. So what I like is taking things in our own hands. Therapy is excellent, but not everyone can go to therapy. Not everyone wants to go to therapy. Not everyone believes in therapy. Not everyone can afford therapy. However, there are therapeutic means at our disposal that are ancient. And as a matter of fact, modern psychology is based upon these. Modern psychology is basically a recognition of yoga, the kleshas, the 5 afflictions of the mind. Steppa says, good, thanks, Eric. Cold and windy out. It's cold and windy here, too. Just as Sword in one of my channels, I moderate on a Saturday night. Nice. Which channel was this? Just give me a second. So what I like to do is offer some of those ancient modalities, such as again the shamanic practice of Ho'oponopono, the Chinese medicine, tapping, yogic psychology, Buddhist psychology, Course in Miracles, all the things that we can do that truly, truly, truly help us feel better. And there's only one thing that can really help us feel better, and that is to reconnect with the source. When we reconnect with the source, we find everyone else as well as ourselves. Let's see. The episode is called Flat Earth. British, been going over 10 years now. Nice. It's a suppressed channel here on YouTube due to not being part of the educational system. I do. I said hi, Marie, when you came in. So I'm probably going to, depending on who shows up, just shoot for about an hour on my live stream. And finally, I say this all the time, it never happens. Finally, get to bed early. Cypress says, what we look into is information that's available to us, and we discuss the possibilities. Interesting. Is that the first time you've seen Stuart there? Looking into the World's Fair, very interesting. I think my dad might have been to a World's Fair once. I seem to recall. All that building for a few weeks. Nope, not having that. I think about stuff like that fairly often. And I hate to take away anyone's joy, although I don't believe it's true joy. Orphan trains, says Sniper. Like the amount of money that goes into holding a Super Bowl. And again, this isn't to, hey Joshua, this isn't to take away anyone's joy from the Super Bowl. We all love what we love. But, and Sniper, you and I have talked about this. We've talked about the space shuttle. What could be done? Marie says she saw an eagle flying. Oh, I love seeing eagles. I saw one in my backyard maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Milka and I. What could be done with that kind of money? One of my favorite people ever. You guys heard me talk about him before, Buckminster Fuller, who was an architect, but more than that, he was an amazingly good man. One of his favorite sayings, dare to be naive. Here's one of my favorite. You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. I'm going to read a few more, but let's catch up here. Joshua says, how is everyone? It's pretty good, Joshua. How about you? What's new? Cabbage Patch Dolls, the baby incubators, the World Fair exclusive. I mean, I guess in a way it brings people together, right? That's not a it's not an insignificant thing. Same with Super Bowls, same with, all the other stuff where he says we're a Stewart. I don't know. I haven't really seen Stewart all day. He came in briefly in the afternoon. Hey, Sniper, I think you'll like this from Buckminster Fuller. I live on Earth at present, and I don't know what I am. I know that I am not a category. I am not a thing, a noun. I seem to be a verb, an evolutionary process, and an integral function of the universe. Here's another one just for you. Everything you've learned in school as obvious becomes less and less obvious as you begin to study the universe. For example, there are no solids in the universe. There's not even a suggestion of a solid. There are no absolute continuums. There are no surfaces. There are no straight lines. So I want to read this one to Joshua, if he's still hanging out with us, because we were talking about geniuses with Toy Pups and Joshua. Everyone is born a genius, but the process of living de-geniuses them. De-geniuses them. So here's the thing, Joshua. Here's what you've managed to avoid in life. You have managed not to be de-geniused. So we're all born geniuses, but the process of life in society, as we know it, de-geniuses us. But somehow you've avoided that process of being de-genius. You've retained your geniusness, your creativity, your spark of life. And that is admirable, my friend. I have done my best. I've done my best in life not to be de-geniused to varying degrees of success. Joshua's laughing, says I've managed to not become de-geniused. Absolutely. And your channel reflects that. You are unabashedly unafraid of being who you are, whatever that might be, from moment by moment by moment. And describing yourself as the amazing energetic fits in with what Buckminster Fuller was saying, that we are verbs, we're not nouns. But the quote that I was looking for, where he talked about um, we have the funds for everyone, for every single child to be fed. We have the means for every single person to have a home, should they choose to have a home. We have the means for everyone to be happy, but we don't do it. We simply don't do it, but we could. Let me catch up here, guys. Sniper says only waves. Joshua says that's great. Sniper says 100 kept the three most important traits: imagination, empathy, and intuition. I like that. I would agree. Imagination, empathy, and intuition. You ever read what basically Neville Goddard likens imagination basically to the mind of God? Everything exists within imagination. What we need to do is practice what he called the law of assumption, where we can assume I can do this. we can assume the life that we want. We can assume to be amazing and energetic, and therefore we are, if we assume it properly. So who's leaving? Oh, Marie's got to go. Take care, Marie. Let's see. Joshua says, scroll snapper, that's amazing. Yeah, I liken that to the two qualities that I've tried to live my life by, which is enthusiasm and curiosity. And I talk about that frequently. Joshua says, I assume that I am only as amazing and energetic as the audience I keep. I don't know. Hey, Leo. Leo says, much love, Yogi. Wishing you a great day, brother. You know, I watch you, Joshua, and it never seems to me like you're performing, if that makes sense. To me, it seems like you're just being Joshua, and the performance is just natural. ATC says, I'm very enthusiastic about being curious. That's odd because I'm very curious about my enthusiasms. How's your day been, Leo? You got your reps in yet? Someone says she loves swimming. Brad says, oops, wait a minute. Touche. I just threw that out there to give you one more grievance for Monday. Sniper says, Selma, how long's the wedding? Because it's quite a swim. I used to work for the YMCA for a long time, decades. I used to love my local YMCA, but like all things, changes, becomes something other than it was. Hey, Justin, you've been thunderstruck. Says, say, hey, Brad, my man. What's new, Justin? Thanks for stopping by. Joshua's laughing, says, well, I truly appreciate your honest observations about me. All those compliments, facts, or both? Are those compliments, facts, or both? I'm going to say they're both. I'm going to say they're both. They are based upon observation. Hey, Tim. What's up, Brother Yogi, and everyone in chat? What's new, Tim? So I don't try to compliment people. Excuse me, guys. For the sake of complimenting. I do go by the Vedic yogic philosophy that everyone you come in contact with should receive a gift from the heart. Could be a physical gift. It could be an action, holding the door open for someone. It could be a verbal gift, giving someone a compliment or an observation. It could be a silent, a namaste, a wishful thought, a prayer. But it's a gift. So I love to, when people come in, I like to give an honest gift to everyone that comes in, if I'm able to. Someone says the wedding's going to be for a while. Tim says, just chilling, bro. Hey, did you put up your video yet? What's up?
Hello.
How's your
I'm
day been?
sorry I haven't been spending any time with you today.
I'll get over it. You know, the
Are you
heart
sure?
breaks. The heart breaks, but then it grows back stronger.
Okay.
Let's see. Joshua says YMCA. I will do that as a song after I post my Hindi song. Nice. Looking forward to that.
Hello, squirrel.
Hey, we got our friend Chris up to 27 subscribers now. Shooting for 50.
I asked. I know that. I know that. If Justin's still here, because I just like. I just saw like when I came in. I saw Justin, so I sent Chris over there, and hopefully everything's going to work out.
You said who there?
Chris.
Nice. Joshua says, Cooch Cooch Otakai. Great song. I've heard Toy Pup sing that. Joshua says hi to you, Stuart. Tim says, no, haven't posted it. Still trying to see if I can make my goal with no content first. I think you can.
Hi, Joan. That isn't Skeeter. That's Yogi.
Let's see. Miss Joan Adventure says, hi, Skeeter and Stuart.
Right. Can you reword that, Joan, please?
Can I what?
Reword it.
That's okay.
Joan's
guess
one of
if
my
you-
moderators.
I
She's
guess
a
if you
very dear friend of mine.
if you look at Stuart closely, you can see that maybe he looks a little bit like Skeeter.
No, don't compare me to him.
I'm not sure how she confused me with you though.
Don't insult me.
Well, so it's
Don't
okay that I
insult.
look like Skeeter, but it's not okay that you look like Skeeter.
No, nobody said that you look like him.
Hi, Joan. How are you?
I've just been on the phone.
With who?
Joan's
Hey,
Joan's one
Kat.
of my loyal subscribers. I sent her here because I sent the link to the Love and Peace group. I
Uh-huh.
said Joan got here.
Nice.
This is Joan that's in the group. So if you
Well, I
wish
will.
to, please give her a wrench so she can connect around if she wants to. And if you want to give her a wrench, which I'd be more than happy.
First,
Joan's visited a couple of times up here.
Actually, first I want to connect. Just subscribe, Miss Joan.
Right, Yogi, I'm going to have to go. I've got a phone call.
Okay. Thanks for
Peace.
stopping in. Take care.
I'll be back soon.
All right.
Bye, folks.
So, Miss Joan, Stuart requested to make you a mod, and I'm happy to do so. Welcome, my friend. Pokemon, how are you? Yogi, how you doing, my friend? I forgot the guy's name on the video with you. How is he bald and has beautiful hair at the same time? I love it. That is Stuart the Fish Whisperer. Stuart, ATC, our friend Brad. Thank you so much, my friend. Says for the best yogi that does burpees in his basement that I know, working feverishly on my grievance list. I said that I would celebrate joyfully and with gratitude, and I am truly, truly grateful for the gesture and for the friendship that I've been able to develop with our friend Brad. So, for those who don't know, for those of a different generation, Monday is Festivus, and I highly recommend watching Seinfeld to get the understanding of what Festivus is. But one of the rituals of Festivus is the annual airing of our grievances. If Brad would like, he can give you a list. He can detail the entire. There's also feats of strength. He can give you the details of how to celebrate, how to properly celebrate Festivus. So I am indeed grateful. Here's my big wish. Hey, Jamie. Jamie says, hi, everyone. My big honest wish that through the years, my list of grievances gets lighter and smaller, and that I cherish it less and hold it lightly. That's the entirety of the practice of forgiveness. That's the entirety of the practice of Ho'oponopono, that we wipe those grievances clear, and our resentments and our judgments. Let's see. Joshua says, one moment, you're both frozen. Hopefully we are unfrozen. Joan says, thanks, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. What's new, Jamie? And what's new, poker? Let's see. Brad says, no problem, Selma. Well, Selma said, thanks. She says, ATC, we love you. We do. No problem, Selma. You're a huge part of Yogi's channel family and part of that super chat too, my friend. So with that in mind, a big, big thank you to Selma for being who she is. Sniper says, greeting Jamie's ground. Brenda Boy says, you got to wait. You can't air your grievance today. You got to wait until Monday. Brenda Boy says, I have a grievance to air about Yogi. He's made me consume a metric ton of Pringles. All I didn't even make a suggestion. I named an antidote that Pringles are vegan and that I've used them in races before. The next thing I know, Runner Boy is running 10Ks with cans of Pringles duct taped to the back of his head. Why the back of his head? Because it's an easy reach. Any lower, and he would look ridiculous. Excuse me, guys. Yogi Homework, Festivus. I brought it up, and I will save it. I'm going to watch it after the live stream. Sniper says, Runner Boy, you can always run that off. Selma says, this is Yogi Live. Selma, the best, the amazing energetic Joshua impersonation, bar none. I tried my hand at it. Only a few people saw it. I think only Joshua and Toy Pups actually saw me do it. Runner Boy says, Yogi, I'll run a marathon and tape as many cans of Pringles to myself as I can and see how it goes. I'm thinking 3. I think you can get 3. 2 on the side, right by the ears, 1 down the middle. And Brad says, my hopes for my list of grievances is that they get pettier by the year. This year starts with self-checkouts at the store. I am doing pretty good. It is pretty good. Can you combine a pettiness towards self-checkouts as well as people, as well as actual cashiers? That would be a stroke of sheer pettiness genius. If you can offer a grievance from both ends of the spectrum. I hate these self-checkout modalities, and I can't stand cashiers. In one stroke. Joshua is back, and he says, yes, I saw you. Hey, Raymond. Raymond, Sacramento, California. How are you, my friend? Hey, Carl. Appreciate you being here. Hey, Carl, your live stream the other day was pretty lively. I know nothing about screencast. Evan says, hey, how do you like Christmas? Honestly, stressful. It's not stressful for me any longer. It used to be. Man, when I worked retail, I couldn't stand it. Across the board. The only thing worse than Christmas was the day after Christmas when everyone was returning stuff. I I've settled into a peaceful abiding with Christmas. I love today. I love the solstice. Carl says, "Good evening, everyone." But it can be stressful for so many people. And the reason being is it's not really about Christmas any longer, is it? It's about giving gifts. Not even giving gifts in the name of what it was meant. If it was, then every gift would be small and thoughtful and not large and extravagant. Can you imagine? Buying a car for someone in the spirit of Christ. Now, I'm not knocking any present. I didn't want to sound like I don't want to add this to my Festivus grievance list. Um, Again, I'm reducing my grievances, but this is just an observation. If you really want to celebrate the essence of Jesus, small with great humility, humbleness, an act of faith and absolute love. What kind of gift is that? I'll tell you the single best gift like that is one of attention, pinpointing your awareness in someone's heart center. Brad says it absolutely involves the cashiers as well as the person that checks out your bags are on the way out. Got a lot of problems with these people. Excellent. You, my friend, are king of the grievances. Carl says, that a Swedish girl with me? I saw that. Funderstruck said, me too, Brad. Selma, you are good at doing Joshua. Joshua says, honestly, the self-checkouts are terrible. From malfunctioning machines to huge line and people cutting in front of you because there's no order. I've learned to be fast. Carl says, I get no presents for being on my own. I get something from Mocha. That's about it. Evan says, you ever eat fake meat? Fake meat. On occasion. And by occasion, sometimes not even every year. It's probably been 3 or 4 years since they've had fake meat. It's sort of like a go out and get something different type of deal. If it was solely up to me, I probably never would. But Mocha likes going out and eating that stuff. She likes going out. So, but it's been a while. These days, it takes an awful man. Poor Mocha. It takes an awful lot to convince me to do step outside of my realm of monk-like existence. Joshua says the self-checkouts are worse than that because it tells me to please place the items in the bag after I've already placed them there. Yeah, I've had that. Joshua says many other issues with the self-checkouts. Too much to talk about. Hey, on Monday, you can talk about them all you want because we're going to have a Festivus celebration. You might ask, what is Festivus? Well, our friend Brad very kindly provided a link up above. You can watch the video and be all caught up and ready. Let us know what feat of strength you're going to perform. Let's see. Brad says people really need to tune on Monday. My grievance requires validation. Hey, Brad, take your pick. What live stream do you want it to be? Do you want it to be the afternoon or the later in the day? And it's going to be entirely devoted to Festivus, to airing our grievances. Hey, poor man, how'd the rest of your workout go? Selma said, I believe in God our Father. Travel and Food says, Eric, hello. Hello, my friend. Dan says, a Festivus for the rest of us. Absolutely. Carl says, I have my own stream Monday. I'll be on the lookout for you, Carl. You know what time? Riley says, in God we trust. Hey, Riley. Riley, thank you for stopping by my workout this morning. A shout out video for Stuart. Awesome. I will check it out, Austin. Thank you. Brad says afternoon is best. We will have fun, or I mean, we will out our very serious grievances. All right, Monday afternoon. Someone says she farted on Puppy Mommy today. And what did she think of that? Milk, Malik, MLK. What do you mean, Sniper? Oh, I'm sorry, Evan, I missed that. Have you ever thought something was one way and then figured out it was totally different than you thought? Huh, interesting question. I got to give that some thought. Well, you know what? I'm going to say yes, obviously. I thought life was one way. And then and I thought I was something that I was not completely, even remotely that. I thought I was a small, separate, egoic self. And only through the process of meditation did I actually see through it and see that it's non existent. No such thing as an ego. Not in that sense, not in the solidity. Joshua says also don't like the regular checkout because of the lack of customer service, and people go in the self checkout need to slow down in grabbing 300 one specific items. It shows you that they are. Oops, I forgot that. Let's see. I will finish that in 1 second. Well, 300 seals in under 59 minutes. Awesome. That's great work. Carl says I'm spending Christmas Day in bed. What's going on with that? Joshua says, poor man's Jim, laughing, 59 minutes. Well, yeah, he's a monster, Joshua. Tipper says, I got an image of a milk carton with missing child, then was told Malik removing the valves. Interesting. Someone says it's the most wonderful time of the farts. I think it's always a wonderful time for you, right? Yep, I remember. Sniper says a milk carton with a picture of a missing child was the norm in the 70s and 80s. Frank Constanza would be proud. Feats of strength it is. Hey, what are you going to do for your feat of strength, poor man? Joshua says, be back. Michael's back, lurking. Milk is MLK with the valves. So what do you make of that? There's going to be some stiff competition for who's got the best grievances. Poor man says, who else is celebrating Festivus? We're going to have and the 1 o'clock my time live stream, we're going to have a Festivus celebration. So whoever shows up. Evan says you make it seem like you need to be very smart and have a good memory and comprehend and store information in your brain to do this stress relief technique you do. Sounds like hard work. Which one? The tapping one? Not that hard. You recognize that meridian system, that energetic system that underlies us all. And you just go to the spot and you tap. My recommendation is meditation and breath work. If you seriously want your life to change, and note that I said you want your life to change, not you change your life. If you begin to meditate, you begin to do breath work, life changes completely on its own. You gain in your awareness of being aware. And through that, you notice where your thoughts are taking you. And when you notice where your thoughts are taking you, you can change course. Why go down this road? It leads to pain. I've been there. I know where it goes. So you course correct and you go the other direction. Hey, Skeeter. Hey, Moon. Moon over Miami is here. Hello, everyone. And Eric says hello, everyone in chat. How are you, Moon? Michael says, YMCA is already a song by the Village People, so you may need to think of a name to avoid getting a copyright strike. Right. Evan says, I mean, the reasons behind everything, knowing how to think about it. I don't know, Evan. I think things like that just become intuitive. And actually not overthinking it. You know, the more I think about things, the wronger I am. The more wrong I am. The more I can let things go and just let life itself steer me in the directions. Hey, Susan. Susan says hello, hosts. Hello, Susan. Format says Christmas Day. What day is festival? Festivus is on Monday. So what day is Monday? Today is the 21st, 22nd. It'll be on the 23rd. Hey, Skeeter, I'm really sorry to hear about that water leak. Susan says, how are you today? Susan, I'm doing pretty good. How about you? How are your watch hours? I tried to get you up every live stream. I'll have you up playing in the background. And I will make a greater effort to do your playlist as well. But whenever I see you pop up, Peter says, yeah, not good, brother. So how come the county doesn't take care of it? So Evan, as I mentioned, happy to teach you meditation. Susan says, I'm good. Still going, but something happened to live stream, so I can't go live. What happened to your live stream, my friend? It has been, I guess, maybe a week or so since I've seen you do a live stream. I'm sorry to hear that. It does seem like there's some things going on with YouTube and live streams. My wish, I know, that there is, every place has their rules and regulations, and you're expected to follow them. But sometimes mistakes happen. It would be nice if everyone was given a chance. Oh, Susan says something to do with the copyright strike, so I can't go live. Did they give you a time? There's a link. Hey, Runner Boy, are you still here? Austin's back. If Runaway's here, he had a link to a video on how to remove a copyright strike. Evan says, if for some reason you had to border a mean, coarse, dehumanizing person in your house that had no boundaries, how would you deal with it? It's a good question. And I'll be honest with you, I can only surmise, not being in that situation. I've been in a situation of being with someone who had some pretty big issues, and we butted heads. Later became one of my great spiritual teachers because of that. Could I reframe it? I think is where I would go. I would stop thinking about the other person to the extent that I was able and start making the changes within me. Can I see this person differently? Can I view this person as here to teach me how to be patient, how to be kind? No, it's not easy. But the responsibility is always ours, Evan. It's never about the other person. Ever. It can't be. Because you will never, ever change that person. However, you can change yourself. You can be part of a change. And when you do that, miraculously, things begin to change in your relationships. Sniper says, I just looked. I must have not heard right as I was more concentrating on the image. It's not Malik, Eric, it's Molek. Now I understand. How does that fit in with things, Sniper? Scooter says it's from my meter. To shout offline is broken. It's under my sidewalk. Man, 17,000 to repair it. So now I have to sell my house because I don't have that kind of money. Maybe a long shot. Have you thought about doing a GoFundMe? Let's see. Hey, Thomas. Thomas says, damn, Skeeter, that sounds rough. Hoping someone can think of another way. Me too. Ashley says, I love you, brother Yogi. Thank you, Ashley. I love you too, my friend. Skeeter says, yeah, no water means no heat. And now I have to move out of your own house because of the water company BS. Yeah, man, the water company should work something out. I can't imagine that. That's horrible. I'm sorry that, Skeeter. Brad says, interesting point of view. Making difficult changes within yourself, Phil, though adversity is never easy. But really, it's the only thing that we have. Amazingly, this is what Viktor Frankl did. And he wrote about it in his book, Man's Search for Meaning. And he was in the single most dehumanizing situation imaginable. He was in a concentration camp. He literally was there losing every single person that mattered to him. And yet he came through with forgiveness in his heart. Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, who was I think she became the president of Myanmar. I don't remember her name. Evan says, thanks, man. Susan says, no, I was live streaming. Then in the background, there was a movie playing. So they sent a message, and the problem is that I deleted the live. So they're telling me that I can't appeal. I don't understand these rules. It is, I got to admit, it is scary that you build something, you work hard. It's become something special and meaningful for you. And through the course of one unaware of mistake, it's taken away from you. Thomas says GoFundMe isn't a bad idea. We can spread it here, and it might make some good traction. Absolutely. Keita says we all have to stay positive and keep moving forwards and just pray every day. Absolutely. I have, Brad. Brad says, have you ever read On Wadden Pond by Thoreau? I think you would enjoy it very much. Yeah, I enjoy Thoreau very much, as well as Emerson. The Transcendentalist. It'll come out. Hey, Noble. Noble, Merry Christmas, my friend. How are you? We get the great, speaking of great live streamers, the great Noble Squirrel and Traveler. Moloch refers to the sacrifice itself, since the Hebrew word uh, milk is identical to spelling in terms that means sacrifice in a close related Punic language. Huh. Hey, Noble, we are having a Festivus celebration Monday afternoon. If you want to come by and air your grievances, you're welcome to co-live stream and do a feat of strength if you want. ATC says, I have a picture above the door in my cabin of Thoreau as a reminder. Folks always ask me why I like Abe Lincoln so much. Awesome. I'm a Whitman fan as well. Let's see, Noble says, I'm doing good, buddy. I'm on Christmas break for school. Nice. Enjoy the time. Noble says, I'd love to go live with you. Awesome. That would be something. I would be in the presence of live streaming greatness. As a matter of fact, Brad, it was Thoreau that helped spark an interest in reading and studying the Bhagavad Gita, which just furthered my yogic journey. Sepa says a small piece to a much larger puzzle. I have no idea how many pieces are needed to see the whole. Makes for an interesting life, doesn't it? Susan said I was going to sleep when I saw you live and had to stop by and say a slate here. Goodbye. Goodbye, Susan. I hope we can figure something out. There is a way to remove a strike. Zipper says, hey, 3-4 heart. Noble. Hey, Noble, are you a Seinfeld fan? V for the circle and 4 for the square. Gotcha. So, Noble, I haven't seen you do much on your channel. I know you've been busy, school and work, but I got to say, I miss seeing your live streams. Susan says the only way it's to repeal, and they're telling me I can't. I'm sorry, Susan. No one should be punished for an accident. No one should be punished for. I could see a warning. I could even see a temporary day, 2 days, even a week. No one should have their work of passion just yanked out beneath them. Brett says, nice throw is always a reminder to me that the simple life is the best life. Keeps me humble, and that I know I don't need many material things to be happy. Yeah, absolutely. We could say that Thoreau was one of the first and original American yogis. Simply says, Eric knows I'm not a nice person, and I hope all of you agree. This will confuse most of you. I think if people look deeply into that, Brad says, I bet after building that cabin, Thoreau would rock a kettlebell. Absolutely. He could swing an axe. He did have that in common with Abe Lincoln. Skeeter says, ATC brother. We used to have conversations in bars, of course, about presidents. Which president would win in a fight, in a free for all? Abe Lincoln was always one of the top because he was a frontier wrestler. Legend had it in the military, in the Mexican War, he was undefeated. But Teddy Roosevelt studied boxing and jujitsu. Gerald Ford, although he was known to be clumsy, was a great football player. Thomas says, I got a strike for posting a video of a guy drinking beer with a goat. I was able to remove it by taking a review of the rules and a quiz. Man, that will definitely teach me to be careful about goats and beer. So it says, nice Middle English, in the sense stupid, from Old French, from Latin, nescius, ignorant, from desire, not know. Other early senses include coy, reserved, giving rise to fastidious and scrupulous. Roosevelt was kind of a badass, real fisherman and hunter. Yeah, he was. This is true. He was also a boxer as well. And he practiced jujitsu. Picap says I was going to go with Teddy. I'll be honest with you. I think Lincoln could take him. And of course, Washington, military leader. And Andrew Jackson was no slouch. He was generally a mean person. There was a reason why the Civil War didn't happen during Andrew Jackson's tenure, because he said even if there was any talk of it, he would round every single leader up while they were still at the Capitol, and hang them all in public. Let's see. It was Mandela time. Episode I thought I heard. Action Jackson. Andrew Jackson. Old Hickory. And of course, Eisenhower was definitely a warrior. So, Thomas, you're doing some traveling, right, for the holidays? ATC is laughing. Says Samuel L. Jackson would make a great president. You know what? We would all tune into his speeches. He would have no trouble keeping us all captivated in all of his speeches. Can you imagine his State of the Union? How many F-bombs would be dropped in a State of the Union speech? Hey, Rich Martinez from the Cave is here. Says, hey, Eric, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Rich. How are you? Hey, you guys ever hang out at the Cave? It is about as much fun as you can have on a weekday morning um, as possible. It's a blast. Brad says, I've had it with his mother. You get the rest? Absolutely. Rich says, salute to the chat. Thank you, my friend. How are you and how's Ivy? I do see Ivy over at Carl's fairly often. Thomas says, we'll be staying in Santa Cruz dinner with my folks and one of my longtime friends, Dan. Yeah, I heard you mention that. Rich says, Merry Christmas to you all. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Hope you have a peaceful holiday. Thomas says, you may remember Dan from a handful of my videos. I seem to recall. Rich says, we were doing well. Thanks. I'm glad to hear that. I hope 2025 is going to be a wonderful year for you guys. We spent some of this afternoon's live stream talking about setting our intentions for 2025 using the Solstice energy. Thomas says we're going to stay a night in the Calistoga on the way and make a stop in Salsueto. How badly did I pronounce that? Joshua says, sorry, no need to apologize, Joshua. I appreciate when you stop in for however long you wish to. We're going to be live for about 5 more minutes. Joshua says I had a delivery and it was food. You definitely got to take care of that. What did you get delivered? Joshua says I have been here more often than before, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Sampa says I want to see Carl Spackler for president, but that's just my sense of humor. Who is Carl Spackler? Brad says, Yogi, aside from my grievance list, which will be active, by the way, I'm looking forward to it. I'd like to advise you on something. Would you mind if I email you? No, absolutely. Thomas says badly. As I suspected. As I definitely suspected. Sausalito. Sausalito. Gotcha. Joshua says I had burgers from DoorDash. Nice. Hope you enjoyed. I had the same thing I had yesterday, and the same thing I had the day before, and the day before. And we can go back to several years before there's been any variance. Sounds pretty bad, right? But I enjoy it. I enjoy not thinking about what I'm going to eat each and every day. Oh, there you go. The groundkeeper from Caddyshack. I'm all in. Gotcha. How did that escape me? Roxanne Wolf says, my first time playing BNG Drive today. It was great. I hadn't heard of that. I'm glad you had a good time. Joshua says, yes, good. TCAP says, my intention for 2025 is to be less ignorant. How will you go about doing that? What's the plan of action, Thomas? Temper says, ATC, did you Google? Nope. You know what? I bet he didn't have to. Joshua says to ATC, I'm going to your channel after Yogi's live stream. Beans and rice with veggies. Yep, lentils. Lentils, a diced up potato, usually a red potato, and rice served over a bed of steamed kale and broccoli. Bananas for dessert, sometimes an apple with it. Thomas says you should wear one outfit too. Sometimes I do. Joshua says, my intention for 2025 is to be even more energetic, more events, more excitement. Man, it's going to be a big year for Joshua. Looking forward to that. So Brad says, Snow Squirrel, I'm a huge effing fan of that movie, and I golf occasionally. So I got that going for me. Well, Thomas says, I'm going back to college, beginning with Japanese and food science. Hey, Thomas, you ever think about doing being an Ayurvedic specialist? Hey, what do you want? Sorry, talking to my cat. We got a what's that? A +5? Amazing, energetic Joshua. Gonna get started and then figure out how best to finish my degree. Gotcha. Says all in all, just read more. Well, according to the kleshas of yoga, the 5 afflictions, with one of the biggest ones being ignorance. The only way through ignorance is to see who we truly, truly are. The only way we can do that, according to Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras, is clear seeing presented by a mind that is unattached to the vacillating thoughts, the vacillating motions of the mind. Oh, Tin Cup was a great movie. Bull Durham was a great movie too. Brad says Tin Cup was great, Squirrel, but I preferred Bull Durham with Costner. Oh, there you go. Sniper says Tin Cup is a favorite of mine. Don't forget Field of Dreams. Ah, high five. Why didn't I get that? Thomas says no, but it's been an area of interest for me for some time. I was thinking of growing medicinal herbs. Nice. Gets a high five back at him. Teacup says, put your keys in your left pocket. That was from Bull Durham, right? Am I mistaken? How about Mr. Baseball? He was in Mr. Baseball. Here's a question I'll put out before we wrap things up. What was the best baseball movie ever made? Was it Field of Dreams? Was Field of Dreams really a baseball movie? Sample says, Eric, Field of Dreams, vote it, they will come. Generation says, or Joshua says, I am in college, Purdue University online, taking my bachelor's degree in BA. Nice. How far along are you? Oh, that was 10. Gotcha. Man, Bull Durham was a really, really good baseball movie. But The Natural, that was pretty good too. Joshua says, baseball movie of all times, Angels in the Outfield. You think that was better than Bad News Bears? Major League was awesome. Simpa says, did you say they? League of Their Own. I hadn't thought of that. ATC says, I would call the best baseball movie a tie between Bull Durham and A League of Their Own. Hey, Jacob. I want to hit. Joshua says, oh, well, not sure. Thomas says, League of Their Own is fantastic. Been a while since I've seen that. Major League comes on cable every couple of months. I haven't seen Bull Durham in a long time. The Rookie was good. Dennis Quaid. Joshua says, now you guys are making me question this. Well, it's always subjective and it's a fluid list. We never know. Never has to stay, All right, let me throw one more out there. Best football movie. Sandlot. Yeah, that was pretty good. Joshua says I'm only 4 months into my studies. It's still big, though. It's a big step. Yeah, that's true. Brad says, yeah, to Joshua, it really depends on the mood you're in when you want to watch a movie for sure. Samper says, Eric, it's now built it. He will come. It's the Mandela effect. Yep, that was one of the ones you mentioned, right? Joshua says ATC, true. So football movies, prison movie, and football. The original, Longest Yard. North Dallas 40 was really good too. Joshua says, I agree with you 100. Thomas says 4 months is better than most, Joshua. Yep, some people never start. I hope you continue to stay motivated. Remember what it's like now when you get tired. Our friend Stuart is back. Just in time, we're going to wrap things up in just a minute. What's up?
Hello. I thought I'd just come back and say hello. Hi.
Talking movies.
What sort of movies?
Well, we started off with best baseball movie, and now we're talking best football movie. Serious equals Remember the Titans. Funny, The Longest Yard.
Longest
The
Yard was
Mandela
funny.
Effect.
Poor man. My brother.
Let's
Longest
see.
Yard was funny.
Joshua says, two cap, you're right. I'll do my best. Any Given Sunday, excellent movie.
Mm,
I got to go with Longest Yard. I loved that when I was a kid. Although it was a little sad.
I'm on about Happy Gilmore's version.
Oh, Adam Sandler?
Yeah. Adam Sandler's
Wasn't bad.
version.
Wasn't bad, but it didn't need to be remade. It didn't need to be an Adam Sandler movie. He should have made his
It was
own
funny.
football movie. Hey, what
It was
was
funny,
his
though.
what was his other football movie? Where he was the
Water Boy.
yeah, that was we can consider that a football movie, and that was a pretty funny movie.
Water sucks. It really sucks. Water sucks. H2O.
Joshua says to Brad, I agree with you about those movies.
Well,
Brad
there's a
says,
golfing film. There's a golfing film. You've got Happy Gilmore. I'll put golf movie.
Tin Cup, I think, is my favorite for golf. ETC says, football is for the devil.
That's an awesome
Tin Cup
H2O.
says, you guys catch my Mandela Effect joke? Hey, didn't catch that joke.
Foosball's the devil.
That's some serious high quality H2O.
I did. I said H2O. I'm sorry if I've got an echo, guys. I can't help it.
No, not right now.
I can hear an echo.
All right, one last one. Best boxing movie of all time.
What Rocky film?
Rockies are
Fourth.
good.
I would say if you're on about boxing film, right? Well, there's two. You got Rocky 4 and $1 Million Baby.
Both are good, but I'd always have to go with the original Rocky. But above all of those, Raging Bull. Jake LaMotta, starring Robert De Niro. Won the
Never seen it.
1980. Man, it's an excellent movie.
That's a. I love that. That's a high.
I'm going to throw in that some might say is not really a boxing movie. Brad Pitt, Snatch.
Then you got Fight Club.
Fight Club, good movie. Joshua says I always enjoyed the Rocky films. I also never saw Raging Bull. Oh man, definitely see it. It's an intense movie. It's filmed in black and white.
The thing with me, right? When I look
that was good, Thomas.
If I look at the Rocky films, the fourth one to me stands out more than
Hurricane
any
was good.
other.
You know, it started actually. For me, it got too far away from the original theme of the movie until the last Rocky movie. That brought it back.
Rocky Balboa.
Will Smith did good in the Ali story. I'm not really a Will Smith fan.
Never mind, to be honest. I'm trying to think who. I mean, I know there's a film called The Wrestler. That was Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke, yeah.
Yeah.
Joshua says I like the Hurricane also. Yeah, that was a good movie.
He was an awesome actor.
Yep. Paul Newman in the early 1960s did Rocky Graziano. Somebody up there likes me. Two cap, yeah, that's a good point. Rocky is a movie. Raging Bull is a film. Excellent point.
I'm trying to think of any other sports movies out there. I could put in this one. Um, I could put in Gone Fishing, Joe Pesci and Danny Glover.
Dirty. Was it Dirty Old Men?
No, Gone
They
Fishing.
fished. Right, but I'm talking about the other fishing movie. I think it was Dirty Old Men.
I've never seen that.
Grumpy Old Men. Walter Matthew, Jack Lemmon.
Never seen it.
Sniper says Million Dollar Baby received the best picture, 2 of 4 for Clint Eastwood. Yep. Two-Cap says, yes, he did. Ali was maybe his best work. Yep.
Something. That was something special.
Let's see. Yep, Brad says, Thomas says, I love Million Dollar Baby. I cried, but I cry a lot. And Brad says, I agree with Raging Bull as the number one at the risk of being unpopular. Rocky Balboa, yep, was fantastic. I agree. The premise of the old guy needing to get that aggression out was fantastic. Yep, and he captured that sadness.
I'm now like the old Rocky that's got all this anger built up, and I just want to do burpees.
There you go. Did you work out today?
Not today. I did go for. Did I even? No, I didn't. I even left the house today.
Let's see.
Which is.
Thomas says, I love the Rocky movies. I'm disheartened that Stone has become political. Yeah, me too. It's kind of surprising. Sophie Loren, what a gorgeous woman. Yep, grumpy old man.
Never seen
Oh man. You know what? I got one more to put in the boxing category there. Hard Times, Charles Bronson.
I'm trying to think of something else. It was in a boxing movie.
Any Which Way But Loose.
Oh, Any Which Way You Can.
There you go.
Yeah, that was street fighting. That was amazing.
Yep.
Clyde,
Josh was, now I have to watch Raising Bull, but I must agree with ATC about his statement on Rocky. Yep, I agree too. Grudge Match. I don't know if I saw Grudge Match.
Here's another one. Since you're about sports, best motorcycle movie.
Good question. Let me think of it real quick. That just says, let me finish by asking you what the secret of Charlie's Angels. Bathing suits? Farrah Fawcett?
I don't know.
Brad had a crush on the movie that the woman that Rocky takes to work in his restaurant. She was super cute. Oh, Teacup says James Coburn was in that. He was. Yep. It was an awesome movie. Hard Times. Longest street fight was They Live. Man, Roddy Piper. Longest street fight ever, for sure. Best motorcycle movie? I can't even think of a motorcycle movie off the top of my head.
I'm going to send it to you. I want you to watch it. It's called Close to the Edge. It was a film.
Never heard of it.
It was a film that was based on the 2010 Isle of Man TT race. They turned it into a film. They actually did this every year.
Oh,
An Isle of Man TT race. This is worth watching.
Actually, there's no better motorcycle movie than Easy Rider.
I think you'd like this.
And then I'm going to put in consideration that The Big Lebowski is the greatest bowling movie ever made, but it's really close to Kingpin.
My baby.
Hey, amateur angler.
Hello, my darling. Thank you for my £10 Amazon gift card. I will put that to good use. Or at least try to. I haven't spent it yet. It's sitting there. I won £10 Amazon gift voucher on Amateur Angler's channel.
Nice. Thomas says Wildware and Bill. Yeah, that was a good movie.
I'm trying to think what else did we do.
Man, Bill can get himself in all kinds of shape. Amazing.
Biker Boys was good. But if anybody wants wild hogs, yeah, that's fine. I'll put the link on my community page for anybody that wants to watch the Isle of Man PT race.
Right.
This is something else, and this is based on true events that happened.
Both Thomas and Amateur Angler says love Kingpin. Yeah, Kingpin was definitely the best Amish bowling movie. But
Never
The Big
seen it.
Lebowski, oh man, it's hilarious. The Big Lebowski not only might be the best bowling movie, it might be the best movie, the best film ever made. Joshua says, just a heads up to all you fishermen here. Whenever it warms up, I'll be doing a fishing live stream. And at the end of my live stream, I'll toss you all in the entire live stream into the river. Nice.
Why?
Because he's the amazing, energetic Joshua.
Well, I'll just not bother going to his channel then.
Why?
He's going to dump me in the river. I won't be dumped in the river.
That's a high honor. Brad
I don't
says
want to be
Kingpin
dumped in
is
the
the
river.
best bowling movie, hands down, pun intended. Man, better than The Big Lebowski. It is a hilarious movie. Hey, Michael. Michael says, I use mine that Yogi paid for, the spoons, on a professional grade whittling knife and compression forearm sleeves because the muscle in my forearm was getting tight while whittling. Nice. You mentioned that.
What else is there a film out there for sports?
Speaking of which, I got my Michael spoon in my hand.
I know you do. You got two of them there.
Yep. For some reason, though, I keep holding the little one. No, I think we pretty much covered the gauntlet of sport movies.
Nah. There's. I mean, what about soccer? What about soccer films?
Victory. The only one I can think of. Victory. Oh, Bennett with
soccer?
Beckham was pretty good. Victory was a really good Stallone movie.
I've got one that I don't think none of you have seen. I'm joking with you, Joshua.
Brad says The Big Lebowski. Well, that's like your opinion, man. Absolutely. Hey, interesting fact, by the way. I am a certified minister in the Church of the Big Lebowski, in the Tao of the Big Lebowski. I can marry people. Yep. And it's an actual thing. Joshua said Bennett Beckham was good. Yep, Joshua, it means no offense. It's like an honorary thing.
I was joking with you. Soccer film, I was gonna say Shaolin Soccer.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good.
For
Michael's never seen. You need to see The Big Lebowski.
For having like some the martial arts mixed in the football, that was something good. I like that.
Right. Man, I don't even think I want to. I don't have the time to get into martial art movies. There's just so many.
No, I'm just saying soccer. I was saying soccer films here, Yogi.
Right. I'm just thinking. I was gonna put out there. I was gonna put out martial arts, and then I thought, man, it's just that would be big.
Right, go on then. Go on. Right, Bruce Lee. What film?
Really, got to be Enter the Dragon. But I don't know if that's the top martial art movie. Drunken Master with Jackie Chan. Rumble in the Bronx, Jackie Chan.
Bruce
Oh,
Lee,
Michael.
hands down. Bruce Lee, hands down.
I recently watched Monty Python for the first time. Nice. All of them. Awesome. Way to do it, Michael.
I got to admit, Bruce Lee was just a total different animal. Jackie
Yeah, but
Chan.
I can't say that they were, great movies. But Jackie Chan's made some really great movies. Not to mention
Yeah,
doing all his own stunts and just being incredible to watch.
I think with Bruce Lee was that he was showing something
Thanks, Selma.
from a perspective of how martial arts actually can can be shown without being violent.
Right. Karate Kid, excellent pick. Armor of God. Thomas says it was his peak before hitting Hollywood. Outrageous. I'll check that out, Thomas. Rob B. Hood. I did love The Drunken Master.
I wasn't keen on Jackie Chan.
Huh?
I wasn't keen on Jackie Chan.
What was it, Jackie Chan?
I'm saying I wasn't keen on. I'm not keen on
Oh,
Jackie Chan.
gotcha. That's okay. I don't mind you being wrong.
When
I have
have
no
I,
trouble.
when have I ever been wrong?
Man,
Right. Jean Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee,
if you
Steven
could see the
Seagal, Jackie Chan, Jet
if you could
Li.
see the title of this book, the title is My Big List of Times That Stewart Has Been Wrong. I've been keeping track.
Nonsense. Nonsense. There will be no such book.
Hard Time. Was it Hard Times? Man, I forget which Van Damme movie. Hard something. That was really good.
Oh, wait a
Maybe his
minute
best
here.
one. Steven Seagal has done some really good movies. I'm not an overall fan.
You're missing someone from that list, Joshua. There's somebody else that you're meant to include, and that is Jason Statham.
Man, I would put it down between the amazing energetic Joshua and maybe Jet Li. With the amazing energetic Joshua edging him out at the very end. Roundhouse kick to the side of the head.
Jason Statham, hands down.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Amateur Angler says he used to work at a karate club. They gave him the chop. Hard Target, that's the one. That was a good
Yeah,
movie.
hard target. The other one that he did, Jean Claude Van Damme. What was the one the kickboxer films? Kickboxer.
Oh, yeah. Hey, The Perfect Weapon. Jeff Speakum. I made me get into Kempo karate for a very long time. Yeah, John Woo. You cannot go wrong. That's why it was so good. Josh was laughing.
Oh,
Hey, what
Yogi.
was? I wonder what John Woo's up to. I haven't seen him in a long time.
What, John Woo?
Yep.
Should his name not have been? Should his name First Blood? What was the? What was no? First Blood was Sylvester Stallone. That was the First Blood film. That was Sylvester Stallone. That was Rambo. Rambo
Yep.
First Blood.
That was a good movie.
You got Rambo, Rambo 2, Rambo 3, Rambo 4. And then it was just Rambo. Because he went to, it was meant to be Rambo 5, but that's when Stallone was in Mexico.
Kong Pao, the cow, could beat all the other fighters. I never saw that. I never saw Kung Fu Panda either. Michael says Jackie Chan is one
Kung
of his
Pao
favorite
was the
artists.
guy that was in Kung Pao was the guy that was in, or Kung Po, should say. Kung Po was the guy that was in Kickboxer.
Right. Thomas says that's right. Brew must be fairly old now, maybe just relaxing, hopeful. Might have to look him up. Jackie Chan is one of Michael's favorite artists, martial artists. Yeah, he's amazing. Literally has broken almost every bone in his body. That's who I was thinking of. Chow Yun Fat. Hard boiled. Yeah, absolutely. Made the double gunfight its own martial art. Amazing movie.
I'm trying to think what else there is film wise that's to do with sports. I mean, if I say golf, okay, Big Gilmore. You've got
Tin Cup.
Caddyshack. You've got
You got The Legend of Bagger Vance, but it was not a good movie. It's a wonderful book on my list of my top 10 favorite books.
now I asked the question, what is the best fishing movie? You've got Gone Fishing, you've got Salmon Fishing in the Yemen.
Never heard of any of them.
Now you like inspiration stuff, right, Yogi?
Mhm.
I've known you long enough that you like
Okay.
inspirational movies. I honestly think that Salmon
Jaws.
Fishing. I think you would love Salmon Fishing in the Yemen because it's
Oh,
an inspirational film.
a river runs through it.
Well, you got River Runs Through It. It's a great movie. Great movie. But I think for modern day films, I can't see past for an inspiration of Salmon Fishing in the Yemen.
Thomas says he did a presentation on John Woo in college. So I watched many of his films over and over. Amazing
Never heard
director.
of
Moby Dick. Excellent pick.
Moby Dick. That was a Led Zeppelin song.
Yep. Drums. It was all drums, wasn't it?
I think so.
My favorite fishing show was River Monsters. I understand it's not a movie, but they should have made one. There you go.
River Monsters is good as a television series, but I could also go on about Deadly Catch being the
Because it's realistic.
most realistic TV show that they could turn into a movie.
Right.
I mean, Deadliest Catch to me, honestly, I feel so sorry for everybody up there. That is one brutal. That's do what that is. It's a living hell. That is what that is. That is a living hell.
Realistic.
No, it's not that kind of realistic. It's an actual program. Realistic. It's
So I'm
all
going to be
fact, though. It's all fact. Everything that happens up there is all a fact.
right.
I mean,
Hey
I was
guys.
watching Deadliest Catch on YouTube last night, and when they heard that one of a deckhand was crushed by a pot, he actually died on the boat. The captain of another boat said, "Can you just go away?" Said the cameraman, "Just leave." They went out the wheelhouse.
we got a vote for Crocodile Dundee from Amateur Angler, saying that he was a fisherman.
He was not a fisherman. Matt must have had too many tipples to come up with that kind of answer.
Guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Past my bedtime.
Past your bedtime?
Yep.
Oh no.
Cypher says he wanted to know Crocodile Man. Mandy is his name. All right. So, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you for having me up.
Yep. Remember on Monday in the afternoon, we're gonna live stream the Festivus occasion. Brad is
What's
going
that?
to Festivus is there's a link up above. Dropped by Brad.
I might have to get Brad or yourself to send it to me because I
Right.
wasn't here. I was dealing with something else.
Look up on YouTube Seinfeld's Festivus.
Seinfeld's Festivus.
Yep. And Brad is going to air his list of grievances. We can all air our lists. That's some of the things you do for Festivus. List your grievances. Brad says his is going to be epic. You can do a feat of strength. George and Bill go fishing. Curious George.
Christmas
Barger.
Festival.
It's the Hell's Angels guy, right? Thomas says it was and always is a blast with you guys. Thanks for being here, and Merry Christmas and Festivus. Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas to everyone. If I don't see you before then,
I will be doing. Listen, I will be doing a live stream Christmas Day. I will be doing a Christmas Day live.
Nice.
So for anybody that's struggling over Christmas time, at least I can have something to give them.
Right.
Might not be much, but being live might be something.
Yeah, I'll be live too. Nothing changes for me, guys. I do my stuff every day. Christmas Day live, okay? Yep. Stuart will be here. I'll be here. We'll all be doing our stuff. Except for says Stuart, I'll send you a fishing link.
Sounds
all right.
Sounds good.
Yep. With that, guys, I'll see everyone tomorrow.
Love yous all so very much.
Have a good night. Take care, guys.
Yogi. Bye bye.
Good night, Wendy.
Right, take care, everyone.
You too.